All right, so we had Thanksgiving weekend. You know, it's a nice long weekend, couple of days off there. And what I had to do was I had to sit with my kids, my daughters, and I had to watch a TV show on Disney Junior called Sophia the First, about a princess. This was The Floating Palace, about mermaids. I had to watch that same episode 4 fucking times this weekend. And you know what? Even on that 4th time, on that 4th sit down and watch, it was still more entertaining than John Cena. Alright, so Raw review for Monday Night Raw episode December 2nd, 2013. First off, CM Punk comes out and it eventually leads to this announcement of Punk versus The Shield, all 3 members in a 3-on-1 handicap match at TLC. So apparently they're leaning towards the angle where The Shield attacked Punk because of the line that he said last week about Triple H. And at the beginning of the promo, it looked like it might be pretty cool the way they were going with it. Maybe they're going to inject a little CM Punk into what the hell Triple H is doing. Punk's been pretty much out of that for the whole summer into the fall here. So I thought maybe Punk was going to step up. We were going to see some cool stuff. But then I remember WWE, they're just like, whoa, man, we got to step back a few steps. We got to slow this shit down and drag it out for like 2 fucking months. And then the rest of the promo was pretty damn boring. We had Stephanie coming out and then Kane, and not a whole lot was said. Punk did not have a lot of energy, in my opinion. He looked uninterested and like he didn't care. Punk's just like, yeah, well, now I gotta go suck Triple H's dick some more. And I don't really want to do it, so I'm not gonna put a lot of effort behind it. After that, we had Damien Sandow versus Dolph Ziggler in a #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental title. So much for having them go at it at TLC. Would have liked to have seen that match more. This match was okay. Wasn't great. I expected a better showing because of it being a #1 contenders match, but it was actually pretty damn short. And Ziggler lost clean because the WWE just can't get enough of wiping their ass with Dolph Ziggler. I swear, man, Vince is in the back. He's just back there beating off, just thinking about burying Ziggler. That and thinking about, pushing John Cena in your fucking face. It's just what gets the man off. It's gotta be. Oh, there's a Divas match next. Let's skip right past that, and let's go to Wade Barrett. Repackaged again. This guy has been repackaged like 3 or 4 fucking times now since he's debuted. So he comes out as Bad News Barrett, and it's some garbage just to get quick, cheap heat. And it kind of felt like a poor man's version, a not-so-good version of Damien Sandow's gimmick. And, yeah, I didn't really care for it. Alright, so up next we had Daniel Bryan versus Eric Rowan. This match, it was boring. I did not really care for this match. Daniel Bryan won with a roll-up. And I rarely say nowadays that Daniel Bryan matches are boring, but this was just a lot of rest holds and a lot of just slow plodding around the ring, just kicks and punches. Not a whole hell of a lot going on. Of course, then after the match, we had a pretty decent promo by Bray Wyatt. He was basically trying to get Daniel Bryan to turn heel. At least the Wyatts have a reason now for attacking Daniel Bryan. It wasn't just random out of nowhere, but in the end, it's still nothing but bullshit to keep him out of the main event for as long as possible. And will they actually turn Daniel Bryan heel? I think it would be, for a sane company, a logical company, a place that wants to make money, it would be completely ludicrous to do that. I think for the WWE, it is entirely possible. And they would be pissing away all kinds of money if they did that. And all kinds of viewers, too. I guarantee you some more viewers would fucking get up and leave if that happened. I don't think they're going to do it, but I didn't think they were going to take the World Heavyweight Championship from Dolph Ziggler, his first match back after his concussion either. Look what happened there. So, yeah, anything, if it sucks ass, WWE is capable of making it happen. Ooh, Xavier Woods and R-Truth versus tons of fucking shit. And are they playing up an angle where they're going to turn Brodus Clay heel? I don't really voice my opinion on this a whole lot about Brodus Clay, but I fucking loathe Brodus Clay. I hate that man a lot. I think he's garbage. I think he's just a waste of time and space and energy. and it's just a blob of sweaty asshole, and he needs to go away. I definitely don't want to see him competing in singles matches. Just get him out. Get him out of there. And hey, we have Sin Cara coming back. And he wrestles the one guy that he always wrestles whenever he comes back, and it's Alberto Del Rio. And I haven't seen Sin Cara in a while, but he's got a big new tattoo on his arm, and I'm pretty sure that's not the same guy. But I'm not really sure that I care. He beat Del Rio, so, you know, whoever it was, at least he didn't get injured within the first 30 seconds of the match. Whoa! Garbage Cena promo up next. Couldn't stomach the shit. I just fucking blew right past it. I wasn't watching that shit. Up next, we had Big Show and Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus The Shield 3-on-3 tag match. And this was the one solid, good match of the night. I enjoyed this match pretty much from beginning to end. And the finish was pretty unique. Goldust went to go superplex Ambrose from the top rope onto Rollins, but Rollins moved out of the way. And then got a roll-up just as Goldust was popping up after the suplex. It was a pretty cool match. I liked it. Wow. Are you ready for another Bad News Barrett segment? You bring him back, and you're going to throw two of these stupid-ass fucking segments on the first show that he's back. This is what happens when you've got 3 hours of wrestling time to fill. You get this fucking garbage. Oh, here's something that's totally fucking baffling. Kofi Kingston and The Miz versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. And my big question is, why the hell are Miz and Kofi still teaming together? I mean, I'm really not paying attention to what they're doing, so I'm not sure what angle they're trying to play here, but usually when a face turns heel and walks away from his partner in a tag match, they don't re-team together like a week or two later, especially when they had a match at a pay-per-view. It's shit is fucking stupid. Alright, up next we had Mark Henry versus Fandango, but I'm pretty sure he fucked up the ending. I think he was supposed to catch Fandango coming off the top rope for the World's Strongest Slam, but he fell backwards, and then he just did a couple clotheslines, then hit the World's Strongest Slam. So, not as impressive. Up next we had the Primetime Players versus Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro. And Cesaro looked pretty impressive in this match. He did his deadlift slam to Titus O'Neil, and Titus is such a big guy that it just looked very impressive. But then Titus O'Neil had to act like he was going to throw up after the Cesaro swing. It was just so stupid. And then to finish the match, Cesaro, he nailed Darren Young with this pretty awesome European uppercut from the second rope. And it looked pretty cool. Alright, so main event of the night. It's the contract signing for the biggest match that nobody cares about. The Randy Orton, John Cena title versus title match. I've never seen so little attention paid to a title versus title match. I can't even explain it. It's just like nobody fucking cares. So yeah, Triple H, he shits all over Daniel Bryan with the quote, we were waiting for two people who could be the face of the company before we've had this match because we were thinking about it for a long, long time. So basically, Daniel Bryan wasn't good enough. Said it right there. And he's like, the whole world is watching. Sorry, correction. A tiny microscopic percentage of the world is watching because nobody outside of wrestling even knows what the fuck is going on. And I would say a good 60% of the people in the wrestling world don't give a shit about this either. And of course, Cena, he can't cut a good promo to save his life. Orton's talking about when he kicks Cena's dad in the head. The camera cuts to John Cena. He's smirking all over the place. He's like, yeah, he kicked my dad. What, you fuck my mom too? Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, you stuck it up my ass. Uh-huh. He totally fucks up the seriousness of the promos, especially from the other guy. I mean, he can get serious when he wants to, but when another guy is trying to be serious, he's just yucking it up, laughing it off, downplaying it, basically pissing all over him. So then John Cena proceeded to get the burying started early on Randy Orton to end the show, and I don't give two fucks about it. I don't care about the storyline, and I really don't know how much more they can give John Cena at this point to try to put him over. I mean, I think the only thing left for them to do is to have Cena in the storyline somehow become the chairman of the WWE. Like, to come out and say, yeah, now I'm actually in the storyline, in control of this entire fucking company. And I could see them doing that one day, trying to use that as another way to get him over. Because this fucking shit with the 2 titles isn't working either. I mean, by the end, he's going to have like 24 title runs by the time he retires. And he's going to be, I'm sure he'll be the chairman of the WWE at some point. You know it's going to happen. Like, WWE just won't give it up. This is it. This is all they got. This is their idea card. This is their big idea card every time. John Cena. Oh, we need a little John Cena here. What's that? Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are heating things up. Well, how can we make it better? John Cena. What's that? The Shield's coming in and they're blowing the place up. They're getting a lot of energy behind them, a lot of heat from the crowd. How can we make that even better? John Cena. Triple H, Stephanie. Nobody can beat them. Well, who can we get that can beat them and anything they throw at the person? Well, John Cena. Overall, I'm giving this Raw a D-. You had one good match, couple of okay ones, a bunch of garbage, and the main event was just fucking infuriating. All right, that's it. JB squared 612.79, and yeah, I can't wait till next week when maybe they'll just give Cena like all of the championships in the company, and they'll just strut him out. They'll just paint him in gold and walk him out there, and say, "Here, cheer for me now. I'm John Cena." Who knows, man? It could happen.